Shannon Blitz joins us now with Safehouse Denver. Shannon, thank you for being with us. And these stories have been difficult to watch, but sadly, I think you hear them on a daily basis. Can you briefly explain how Safehouse serves survivors of domestic violence?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Kim, and thank you for telling these stories. They are difficult to hear, but this is the reality that we live in. Domestic violence is common. It crosses all socioeconomic statuses, all genders, all races, all sexual orientations. It is common. And so I think that it's really powerful to hear these two stories. Safehouse Denver can help folks like the women featured in these stories, survivors of domestic violence, with things like emergency safe shelter, non-residential counseling and advocacy. We also have an extended stay program. And really the most important thing I think I would like to talk about is our crisis line. It's 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Anybody who is fearful in a relationship or fears for their loved ones, like the kiddos that have been speaking so bravely in these stories, they can call that crisis line and they can receive some help and some support.
I'm glad you mentioned that, and the number is on the screen. We've been hearing from these young people, I mean, young adults now that are just saying, what did I miss? What did I miss? You know, and never got the chance to say goodbye, and just these horrible, how their lives are wrecked because of what this did. And so often we hear this where like, well, yeah, maybe that partner was a little controlling. What are the signs that we should be looking for so something like this doesn't happen?
I think what struck me when I was watching both of these stories over the last two nights is that there wasn't the typical, you know, black eyes and bruises. It wasn't like these women came home and were immediately assaulted. There was one commonality. It was power and control. And everybody who's speaking in these videos said that they noticed that mom was, you know, being controlled by this person. And so I think that's the biggest sign is if somebody's being controlled by their partner, that's not a healthy relationship, and they should definitely seek out services.
Yeah, I was struck by that too. I'm so glad Darius talked to these young people. They were so brave, and he really tapped into some things I don't think we think about, because we do think of those physical signs. What else is one thing you would like survivors to know?
That you're not alone, that it can be embarrassing, it can be shameful to think that you're in these relationships, but it's not your fault, and just reach out, and Safehouse Denver is here to help you. And as we see in these stories, domestic violence feels very isolating, but it certainly doesn't happen in a silo or in a vacuum. It affects everybody around the survivor, so we want to help.
Well, Shannon, we thank you for your work, and everyone you work with at
Thank you.
Safehouse Denver. Shannon Blitz, thank you so much.